Hello. So the first thing that you do with Cup Bubble is just take a breath. Don't say big breath or they'll go, and we don't want them to engage all of this. We want this to stay relaxed because I have a feeling he probably has some tension in his neck, and when he talks, it's probably like way down here and he's really pushing from his throat. So we want him to keep all this relaxed and take a breath from way down there really low. So we want to expand our rib cage and breathe really low. So we take a breath down there, not a big one. And blow bubbles in the cup for 5 to 6 seconds. I got this everywhere. It's better to have a lid with a cup, obviously. And you don't have to fill it up all the way. And you can even have him blow bubbles just at the very top. You see I'm not very far down. Because the deeper into the straw, the more pressure and resistance you're going to have against your air. And it's good to build your breath that way, but you don't, have to start out there. Just meet him where he's at. So if he needs to make it easier and he's really trying to strain and he can't get it to come out because he's so tight right here, just have him blow at the top of the water. So you do that 2 times without your voice. And you're looking for nice even bubbles, and it might take him a few tries to get that, and just remind him to relax and not hold his breath right here, but to just let it out is what you'll see if he's like holding it and just letting little bits out at a time. And then you do it with your voice after you get 2 good 5 to 6 second blows. So I just did it twice, so it's really quick and easy once you get it, but it might take him a little while to get his voicing with the bubbles. So here's something you might hear if he's really tight right here and he's trying to push when he turns his voice on. And you can say like, turn your motor on, or whatever you want to say to get him engaged. You notice that it's not coordinated, and so he's got to get that mechanism coordinated so that he can get his air going while his voice is going. And just keep reminding him that you want to hear bubbles with his motor turned on. And this is going to help him when he's talking, because we want him to eventually get to where he will release that air when he goes to talk and use the same voicing that he's using in the cup. And then after he masters that, then the next thing you're going to do is go up and down in pitch. And this allows your larynx to rise and fall back down. And it allows your vocal cords to stretch long and then get thick again. So we start at the bottom, so they're really thick and fat, and that's why they're making a low sound. So whenever you get higher, your larynx rises and your cords stretch to their full length. It's kind of like a rubber band. That's why I keep doing this. So when the rubber band stretches, the pitch gets higher, and it can go down in pitch too. So you want it to go up and back down to give it a good stretch. Also, while the bubbles are happening, issues you might have here again will be tightness and just inconsistent bubbles. So it'll sound probably something like this if he's really tight in his throat. So it's just not really letting the sound out. It's really trying to squeeze here. So just remind him that you want him to be really smooth when he goes up and back down. And you'll do each of those exercises 2, 2, and 2. You can tell him to do it at home. I don't know how that works with kids with sending homework home like that. But I think that if you do it enough in your sessions and get him pretty good at it, it'll relieve tension really quickly, and he'll leave there feeling better. And your body wants to do what's easiest and the most coordinated. So if he can get his breath under him instead of using all that tension in and around his larynx to talk, then he should get better relatively quickly, and you can see results with that. To bill for it, you'll have to have goals on there, and there are goals on that document that I sent you. So anyway, and then you don't have to bill for it. That could be just like an easy thing that you do, like in between the language or the artic things that you're doing. So and like I said, it doesn't take but like 30 seconds of your time, and it kind of gets him, you could transition to that and use it as a transition for the next thing. and get him to do that. And I would do it at least a couple times during your session, and you could probably see a lot of results. So sorry, this was 5 minutes. Love you. Bye.